Hey, hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Dave with you, Dave Mitchell. I motivational speaker, author, and brand owner for a brand called PrepGears.com. PrepGears is an awesome original apparel and accessories brand that is so awesome. I encourage everyone to check out the website for its motivation, originality, and inspiration. With that, I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, I hope that today is going to be a good day for you. And this video, I hope you're going to have good takeaways from it. And I really believe you will. That's right. I had to say it again. Today is a special day. It's a wonderful day. This is the day that the great MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King, was born. Today is January the 15th. January the 15th, 2022. Today was the day he was born, Jan 15. And there are many different things that are going to be going on regards to his birthday. It's a holiday, but straight out of the gate, right from the rip, I believe that it should not be celebrated. His birthday should not be celebrated simply for this reason, because of the politicians, the do-nothing politicians that are not working hard enough to get these voting rights laws into action in which they need to be. Civil rights and voting rights are still not there for people of color, specifically Black Americans, which is one of the reasons why Dr. Martin Luther King sacrificed his life and his life's work to provide civil rights and civil liberties to people who were being denied it and still to this day are being marginalized. His birthday shouldn't be celebrated because we don't need people to profit off of him and to have these feel good days if they're not doing things to truly respect and honor him and his legacy. Specifically, the politicians, the do nothing politicians who just talk and don't show any action that people send to government, send to these offices, whether it's Congress, the Senate, or the presidency. They are not serving the people very, very well at all. So, no, they should not have a celebration to only really glorify them instead of really giving a good and wonderful tribute to the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King. That's why it shouldn't be celebrated. And I believe also his son even indicated that it shouldn't be a celebration because Dr. Martin Luther King's son, because people, it's a day for them to profit, a day for them to, just have a day of glory for themselves and for their groups and organizations, acting as though things are so perfect and so wonderful, and that so much was done already to really make things level and balanced for people. With regards to civil rights and civil laws, which is still not there in this nation. With it, it's very great, the U.S., but it has a whole lot of warts and a very, 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 very long way to go. So, yes, it should be taken off the table this year. So, like, share, subscribe to this channel if you would like. But most of all, we can share this information because people need to know that you can't think that everything is cool and have your way. Specifically, the politicians, who are sitting on their hands, not really getting involved in what's really best for the people, like your Joe Manchins, your Senator Joe Manchins and Kristen Cinemas, for an example. People who are going contrary to their party, who are, not doing a whole lot of good stuff neither themselves. And I don't care whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent. Throw those titles out. I'm sick and tired of those titles. I'm not into politics like that. My main purpose is to motivate people in the best way possible to make the best decisions, to have the best outcomes with their lives as possible. Nobody's perfect. But at the same time, I'm trying to serve as a source of upliftment, encouragement, and inspiration with things I've done in life, trials and tribulations, and trying to make it something that's like in a source or an example of you know, ability so that others can do wonderful things or get into a positive mind frame. But the thing of it is, no holidays, no celebrations, no events, uh, no parties in Washington, D.C. Throw that out. That would be quite disgusting at this point. That for so long, that, all the different contributions he's made, MLK and others who are unknown, who fought, got hurt, even died, making sacrifices, the ultimate sacrifice, into trying to make the country and the whole world a better place for all people. It's truly a dishonor that the way things are going on now in Washington D.C. or anything that's connected to Washington D.C. with regards to the betterment and prosperity of people. So no, don't try to take advantage of this for your own agendas. Don't try to keep on having these yearly annual celebrations as though everything is cool, everything's great, everything's fair, and you're doing so much. No, it shouldn't even be no civil rights laws and civil rights acts. By now, everybody should be comfortable, you know, doing what they want to do if they want to partake in the political system and the elections process or whatever. It shouldn't be no thing now. The race and color creed shouldn't be nothing. It should be something that is archaic, but no, it's still here. It still has, still done with remnants and subtleties of discrimination, and it's just being played out. So, you know, contact the people who are in charge, contact people such as your politicians and tell them, look, you know, no celebrations this year of Dr. Martin Luther King because you're dishonoring him, because they know that they could be doing much more in regards to saying that ones are treated fairly. You know, civil rights, legal rights, everything with regards to the judicial system needs to really be revamped and just serve as a better system for people. We have seen so many different things play out in the last couple of years that's involved under the umbrella of the judicial system, such as the police brutality situations, harassments that's still going on. These type of things are connected. Judicial system, civil rights systems, civil rights laws, and they really need to be acknowledged and taken care of. And that lends itself to the economic woes too. It's all interconnected. It's connected where the politicians in the system is just really doing an injustice towards people. And enough's enough. People just need to really rethink, I believe, their decisions for supporting certain people in Washington D.C. And it's really a slap in the face. Really total disrespect, total disregard with what's going on with regards to one, voting rights situation, and civil liberties, civil rights, and economic justice. They all pretty much go hand in hand because the people at the top, again, the Washington D.C. cronies, folks, call them whatever you want. I don't like the name call, but I'll call for what I see it after I've researched and seen people's pathologies and patterns over the years. In Washington D.C., let me tell you, people down there, with the exception of a few, you don't really need to be down there because you're working for not the people, but for yourself or any other self interests that you have or what's supporting you. So no, get on the ball and make things happen, okay? Because again, if you don't, for the people that put you there, you're doing a big dishonor and disservice. Okay, know that. I'm not here to cuss anyone out. I'm not here to, just cast aspersions or just be insulting. No, I'm trying to let people know the relevancy of what Dr. King and many others have done throughout the decades. The marching, the protesting, the beatings, the imprisonment, the houses being blown up, people being shot, being bitten by dogs, water hoses, all that egregious type of stuff and activities that were placed on people who were trying to get the rights for people. the beatings, the hangings, the lynchings, back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Emmett Till was the whole face of the civil rights movement, of how ridiculously egregious and despicable it was the way people were treated. Yes. And to speak upon his face, uh, not to be, ironically speaking, when he was killed, drowned, you know, and he was placed into the coffin, his corpse, the total disformity of his face and body is just enough to, have someone almost pass out. They've seen it because of the horror of what he endured and so many others have endured just to get basic human rights that other people so richly have and enjoy. Yes, we're not very, very far off from 40s, 50s, decades ago. It seems like a long time, but it really is not. Because when you think about it, yes, things were a whole lot more overt, but it's just a much more settled now. Still things taking place that are just as bigoted and discriminatory as it were back then, and there are a litany of receipts to show that. Yes, in our judicial system, in our voting rights system, and just things in general that are still affecting and the lives and the marginalization of people to this day, specifically people of color and Black Americans. So, again, with the contributions, just understand and remember the contributions that were placed from way back in the days. Let's go way back. We can go back 200 years ago. Of all the things that were done, the building of the nation. The transatlantic slave trade, the building of the nation. Reconstruction, Jim Crow, civil rights, all that endurance, all that resiliency of a people, and the building of America, still, and these are Black Americans, still not being traded on an equal playing field with regards to these things, still, and this shouldn't be the case. And what a really good, honest, respectful, thoughtful, considerate, concerned politician can do is to act more in the favor of people and helping people and doing the right thing. That's what it comes down to. So if you're watching this, Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, or whoever, know that coming from a man who cares, who's thoughtful, who's engaging, who's encouraging, who has done some pretty wonderful things in his life so far. And not to brag, but to show with humility in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King, who is someone to be looked upon as more than a hero, but a great figure for us to continue to show our respect and honor to. But we're not going to play around, show honor, and we try to be, act as though everything is fine and honorable by celebrating this holiday with no tangible results, no action being done. Now, if you would like to have your own, day with your friends and family, that's fine. If you feel the spirit and so and honor him, and your heart's in the right place, your heart's in the right place. By all means, that's understandable and that's good, and that's something that I admire. But for the people who want to take this and run with it, celebrate it, acting as though that things are all right, things are fair, and that our politicians are doing so great. No, take a seat, take several seats, maybe 200 seats, and just reflect and realize that this is not the right way, the proper, the righteous way to honor a gentleman who did all he could, as well as others, for the fight for justice, for the fight for people's rights, and for just them to have an overall better life, better existence in the land we call the USA, which is, yes, still the greatest country in the world, to my belief, but still staying with systematic isms such as racism, sexism, and ageism. You run down a list, but still awesome country. And it's painful because it can be that much more better. That's why I'm creating this video as a motivational speaker, as someone who sees the good things in people. I always see the good in ones, but I always like to be honest and call out the things or be constructive. Constructive criticism with care and compassion. Constructive criticism with care and compassion, so that things can come full circle, so they can be the best, so things can reach its full potential, in which America can. It still has the possibility of reaching its full potential, but it can only do that. And its full potential is for the greatness for all who want to be determined, dedicated, and be the best person, the best version of themselves. That all still is possible, even though people have thrown the dream out. No, the dream can still be alive, only if people try to do what they can and serve one's well. Serve one's well, in which the American government, American politicians now are just not doing a good job at all, with the exception of some. I'm not going to just throw the whole Congress out. There's certain ones who are doing an okay job, or at least trying. I can see that, and I commend you for that, and that's a wonderful thing. You're doing your job, and you're doing it pretty well, as well as any other groups or foundations who are trying to bring forth better rights and just more equality to people. I salute you, and I commend you for that. But for the ones, the cretins, the ones who are slothful to seeing that things are more equal and balanced and fair for people, out of here with that. That is what's hampering, what's stunning the growth of a powerful nation to be. So understand that. I'm saying this because this is a day, and this is a special human being that needs to be looked upon with grace because of the class and elegance and all that he's shown, not just to the country, not just to Black people, not just to his family, but to the whole wide world. Yes, this awesome individual, Dr. Martin Luther King, today is his birthday, MLK, someone that I find to be one of the most magnificent role models, brilliant, the most brilliant orator, and a man of faith, is a wonderful human being in general, someone who is the standard. So let's appreciate him. Let's celebrate him when things are moving in the right direction, especially by the people who had the power to make that happen. But today, on his birthday, as I give this video out, this information, it's not being done. It should be a halt. But I don't want to see people profiting. I want to see people trying to build up their image, getting ready to go into the campaign season, getting ready to go into the doggone campaign season, using his image, using his likeness on his banners or in their speeches, or whatever you would like to do or try to do, just to build up your campaign, build up your career. No, stop that. Enough is enough. And so many people are seeing it. They're seeing that the tangibles are not there. They're waking up to it, and they're just not down with that. And they're not going to support you. You know what I'm saying? Not like you think they should, because they shouldn't really support you if you're not really supporting them. You have to understand this, okay? So, again, it is not a day of celebration. Not when things are not cool, things are not on the up and up. Celebrate it if you're doing the right thing in your own way. I encourage that, because you got to keep his spirit going, his legacy, for all he's done. But for the politicians, no. Take that day, take the day that you are going to celebrate, go to a dinner, go to a banquet, go to a party, do some volunteering work, whatever you choose to, we're going to choose to do that day, or in previous years. No. Get to work in Congress, get to work in your office, make it happen. Get these civil rights laws right, get these civil liberty laws right, get the economic system better for people, whatever it is, keep moving the ball in which Dr. King will want you to do. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what the people sent you to do to Washington. Do the right thing. Serve the people. You're the servant. You're the public servant. You work for the American people. You work for ones who want to be the best they can in society. Politicians do that on that day. No partying, no popping bottles, no singing, no going to no houses of worship, no going to no little rallies and marches. No, your butts should be there in your offices working and working together. That's when if you truly, truly, truly want to honor him. Yes, the great man that he was, that served not just one group of people, but all people. Yes, that's what you should be dedicated to doing today, not on Monday, the 17th, January 17th, when his birthday is acknowledged and celebrated. No, do it on his actual birthday, which is today, even though it's a Saturday. Make phone calls. If you're already making phone calls, do it. If you got to write up different things, do that. Washington, do that now to help the people. If you really want to do the right thing, and if you're real true, yes, do that. And do it the next day, and do it the next day after that. Do it, especially on the 17th. Yes. So I do not want to see why I turn on the TV or if I turn on the internet or whatever, turn on the radio, and I hear some politician who's not, doing a whole lot or is doing a whole lot towards, the advancement of people at some kind of celebration event. I'm just going to turn it right off. You get no support, and you shouldn't get no support because this is real life, and these are things that people worked for, struggled for, died for, sacrificed it all for the betterment and equality of all people, not just the rich, not just the poor, not just the black, the white, red, or the brown, or yellow, but for every human being. This is civil rights, civil liberties, voting rights, economic rights for all, for every single person. So know that. That's what you are supposed to do, and that's what people need you to do. Politicians or anybody else associated with the political structure looked upon to have this great celebration or this great moment of honor, so-called honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Don't do it. No celebration until things are done, until the work is done, or you're actually doing it. Understand that. Know that. Okay? Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't do so, you should just leave right now, pretty much. Because there'll be no other greater man and greater service than the one Dr. Martin Luther King for what he did for humanity, and not just for American citizens. Just remember that. Remember the hoses, little children being bitten by dogs, the blood, the sweat and tears, the jailings, the brutality, the lynchings, all of the bombing of the little 4 little girls who were bombed in the church. Think about that. 4 little, precious, beautiful little children killed in the church. People being lynched in their brand new suits, clean, just trying to do the right thing. People being jailed, not separated from their families, not seeing their children, not seeing their wives or their husbands, or their family, their brothers and sisters, being spat on. It's disgusting that it is. Water being poured on their head, milk being poured on their head, just so they can sit at lunch counters. No, telling people they had to count how many jelly beans in a bowl in order for them to cast their ballot. Think about that. Think about the pain, the anguish of a people. and you're talking about, we can't really get this thing situated with having basic, fair, civil rights and rights for people to go out and vote just like any other person who didn't suffer those atrocities in this day of 2022, the 21st damn century. Really? Some people even think that, that the Civil Rights Act or the voting situation, everything was cool, everything was good. No, they're still haven't really fully given people their rights with regards to voting and the judicial system, as I said before, in economics, because people are still being penalized or paying more for housing, paying more to purchase a car, paying more to purchase a home, being denied bank loans based on the color of their skin. That all ties in to what Dr. Martin Luther King was fighting for. His second fight was for economic justice, and I believe that's why he was murdered. Civil rights, equal economic rights. Yes, there were four things that Dr. Martin Luther King's late, great, beautiful wife said that him and her talked about, that the Black Americans had to go through and endure to reach the top, or at least reach equality fully. And that was surviving Atlantic slave trade. That was the first major thing. Reconstruction, Jim Crow, civil rights, equal rights. 5 things. Those 2 of those things are really pretty much combined in. But all those different things, but we never got to the economics yet, where people still, like I said, are paying more for buying a home, car, or getting denied bank loans. So there's so many different credible, reliable, factual information about this, what I'm saying, and receipts, meaning receipts is there's proof, there's documentation. Don't take my word for it, of course, not at all. I don't want you to. But if you check governmental records that are reported by non-biased people, credible people, reputable people, government stats will show what I'm saying is correct. So there's still a ways to go. All right. My appreciation is for everybody out there who wants to do the right thing for themselves and others. In the spirit of Dr. King. You can see that in my videos, and I encourage you to check them out. I'm really for everyone. You will see that. I've been all my life. I got receipts to show it way before I started my YouTube channel. So, again, let's have a real sincere appreciation for Dr. Martin Luther King by working on the things that need to be done that he fought for. Because if not, cancel. Nobody should profit. Nobody should benefit off his holiday. Nobody should be partying and having fun like that. And we know you don't really care, in your heart that, you're just saying all the right things, but not doing nothing about it. Yeah, you politicians out there or people who support those politicians. Yeah. Because this is real. And the only way, again, for things to really come full circle for the betterment of all is that people do the right thing by others. And it's possible. That's what he believed, Dr. King. He believed that in all his glory. That's why he did all what he did and eventually paid the ultimate price, such as others. It really shouldn't have had to happen. He probably should still be with us now, even he would be in his older age. But because of the ugliness that took place, his physical is not with us, but his spirit is. So honor his spirit, appreciate it, respect it. love his spirit, love what he did. He wasn't a perfect man, but he was an awesome man in all he did. And the way you do that is to get things going in the right path with action. Yeah, that's it. That's the way to do it. So again, no celebration, not this year, not next year, not the years to come. In my opinion, if people are just going to use this holiday to benefit themselves, to put themselves in a position where, you know, they can use this as, some kind of campaign slogan or a visual optic in their campaigns to show that they really care for the people and the benefits of people as far as their rights and justice. So no, please don't go to no dinner and a celebration. As I said before, it'll be a dishonor. Get to work on making things happen, which you are able to do, people. And then with that, have a good day. Salute Dr. Martin Luther King and all the people who are in service, who have been in service to people. I appreciate you. I try to be in service to people, not just with my videos of motivation and encouragement in other ways. So like, please, subscribe. My videos have great takeaways. Comment with respect and honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, but share your thoughts and your insights. They might be different than mine, but keep it respectful. That's fine, because we need to have conversations and hear at least what's on people's minds, which I always indicate. I don't believe in building walls and barriers. Okay, nothing really happens from that. That's not how people really grow. That's not how the nation really grows. How it really benefits. It benefits by people putting in their, contributions in whatever way you can contribute, as long as it's in the means of empowerment and sincerity. So if that's in your thoughts, words, deeds, or actions, that's fine. But as long as it's serving as a plus sign. So I invite you to do that and share. Let's keep this going. Let's help others be motivated to honor and respect ones, and also be safe. Be safe, because we're still doing some challenging times. Have a good day. Salute Dr. Martin Luther King and all you've done. With that, have a nice day, everyone. Peace out.